Miss Melba Moore, legendary Melba Moore.
How are you?
Hey, everybody.
How are you doing?
I'll be all right in a second.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Oh, goodness. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Oh, pleasure. I'm excited.
Well, of course, I grew up listening to you, love your voice, love your music. And it's funny, what I didn't realize is, if I'm correct, your career started on Broadway as opposed to records and albums. Is that correct? Or did you, which came first?
The egg or the chicken, huh?
Yes.
Actually, first, I was a public school music teacher.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm kind of a late bloomer.
Well, you bloomed, so what?
Right. Blossomed.
At least you blossomed.
Yeah, I'm grateful. So I started, once I started teaching school, actually doing studio backup singing work.
Okay.
And that's where I got my first Broadway show. Because I really didn't have an agent or anything. Everything kind of happened kind of backwards.
So was it ever was singing an aspiration, or did you just want to be a teacher and teach music?
I did not want to teach, but but I'm really glad I did it. It taught me so many things, and it made me gave me an opportunity to really study music, especially vocal music, and then to become really acquainted with the responsibility of being in front of people. Young people, when they look at you, they look through you. So, oh my goodness, they're going to copy what you wear, everything.
Yeah.
I've learned some very important things about the human condition, I guess. But I said to my stepdad, who was a musician, who was married to my mom, who was a professional singer, I want to have fun like you guys. So my dad took me around and tried to help me get into the industry. One of the first people I met was Valerie Simpson in some music publisher's office. And I guess it was an office building with a lot of agents and people like that. Anyway, we exchanged numbers, and she called me for some backup recording session work, because that's what she was doing. But she was also writing music and trying to get her songs published and stuff. So that's how I entered the industry. And so although I started as a backup singer, I mean, I did backup for people like, I mean, you're too young to know, but like Bobby Hebb, Johnny Mathis, Aretha Franklin. I mean, big people. So I was really happy because, it was so exciting, and kind of learned how the industry works. And we started to do voiceovers and commercials as well. So I started out really making a very good living and not feeling like anything was missing. But one of the recording sessions was for Galt McDermott and Jim Rado and Jerry Ragney. Now, they wrote the music for and were the stars of the Broadway musical Hair. So that's how I got my first Broadway show, which was Hair.
Wow. That's a legendary show. Like, we studied that in performing arts, so definitely familiar with Hair. But so
you know, it was not a Black show.
No, it was not.
No.
It was not.
You said that you were very excited when you started. Are you just as excited about the music business now?
Absolutely.
That's good to hear.
Because you are at least second generation. So it's a calling, it's not a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. What do you like? So compared to Broadway and when you started recording albums and being a recording artist, what do you like? What did you like better, or did you have a preference between those two forms of art?
I don't think I knew to have a preference, but my genes, my genealogy tells me, my Afrocentricity tells me music is a thing that God gave us wherever we've been. We've been at the bottom of the totem pole, and music has always been the thing that has led us a little bit closer to being free. We're still not free. And I asked God, I said, how come no matter where we go in the world, if you're dark skinned, you've got a problem? He said, because I love you, honey.
Mhm.
So the devil's after you.
Right. Well,
Did you feel that? Because a lot of us who are in the industry now, or we didn't really experience especially what Yama's father went through, my father went through, what you possibly went through, but entering into a space that was not predominantly, you didn't have a lot of African American people, especially like a Broadway play like Hair. Did you have a sense of that when you were, doing the show? And pretty sure there wasn't a lot of us in those types of productions back then. Did you feel any particular way about it? Did you feel like you were treated any differently?
Absolutely. We were an experiment.
Oh, wow.
They broke all the rules.
mhm.
They did a parody of Abraham Lincoln played by a Black woman. Come on, happy birthday, AB baby.
Wow. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. I mean,
So I mean, it's weird to
I wouldn't see that.
it was their intention to shock.
Right. Mhm.
But
Shock and awe.
for I think for the love of humanity.
Mhm. Yeah.
And they were white, so they could do it. I mean, it was easy. It was not, I mean, for them to open the way like that.
Yeah.
Did you have
To
any
bring bring different things to light that nobody was talking about,
Everything,
Mhm.
say, there was a song called I'm a nigga jigaboo. I forget all. And of course, it was an all-white audience.
So, and then but that's what I'm talking about. Like, you as an African American woman, how did you feel having to be a part of that or perform something like that for basically an all-white audience?
I felt it was mind-shattering. People were absolutely in shock. There was a nude scene. They were in shock about that one, so you get up naked.
Oh, wow.
Everything, and it was for that purpose. But the message was peace, anti-war.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very, 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 very radical.
Right.
And it was meant to be. So I felt like I was in a safe place where we could express what was really going on and that it was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think a Black show could have done that. I mean, we didn't let Black people on Broadway, or at least. So.
And I feel like sometimes my generation and the generations younger than us, we really don't have a complete grasp on what it was like, what our parents went through, entertainers went through. Like, I could never imagine performing for, an all-white audience and having to come through the back door to do a performance. It's not even rational to me. And
thank God.
Yes.
Right. And that's what so many people fought for. So it's not rational to us.
It's not rational to us. I don't think it was rational, but
what you're saying, because sometimes we don't know, especially if we're older and we're still fighting certain things and certain things have not changed. What you're telling us is there has been some progress made.
Yes.
That's the only way we would really know.
Yes.
Right.
But how do you find the willingness and the desire, even at that moment, to know that you're being treated like this, but still show up on stage in a space 100% yourself and 100% the performer that you are? I don't even understand. I don't get it, because I feel like I would be, pissed off.
Well, you mentioned how your professionalism gets you through. So Heather.
Well, no, I didn't say that.
No, I was saying Heather.
Yeah.
We were talking about a different thing. And,
Okay,
and so I was just kind of relating
professional.
back to that. Like, sometimes you're in a zone and you still have to be professional and still go through with it. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, as far as my situation, it wasn't professionalism because I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't study acting.
Mm-hmm.
And the opportunity came and I said, oh yeah, they'll teach me on the job. So you say, how do you do that? You've heard about it, thank God. So you understand the frustration and the fear and all the different kinds of inhumane and inhuman thoughts and feelings, experiences that you have. I mean, that was 1968, 69 for me. When we first, in a rebellious state, wore my hair natural. You know, I was a school teacher. You couldn't do that. Wear your hair natural. That sounds stupid, don't it?
Well,
No, it doesn't, because we just got to the point where we
that's true.
that like literally in the past couple of years was okay to wear braids as a pharmacist at my job. So
yeah, so your job is a place where many of these things are acted out. So we see what's really going on in our culture,
right.
where we work. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Some things have changed. Some things are just about the same.
That's kind of scary to me. I feel like over the last 3 years, I think that those of us who were walking around thinking everything was hunky-dory as it pertains to race relations in this country and socioeconomical things in this country really got a rude awakening. How did you cope, or what did you think about all the things that have gone on in the past 2 years with COVID, with, you know, the racial uprising, with the police, you know, all these different things? Was it reminiscent to you of, you know, what was, you know, back in the day, or, you know, something new for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm practically in tears now that sometimes I can't believe that people can be so mean and hard-hearted. And what's the reason? I'm a born-again Christian, so I understand it's devilishness and it's bad spirits and stuff. And that's one thing to say, but I mean, sometimes I can just get so sad because it's just a shame for us to live in this kind of a state, human beings, period. And of course, as an artist, as a musician, I think, and yeah, because as an artist and a musician, you have these aspirations. You believe in God, you know, he rose up from the dead. Right. So you have these hopes, and then you see what's going on, and it's just, it's heartbreaking and everything. If you're in a safe place, if you're in certain places, it's so scary.
Yeah,
because it's true, it's real.
Yeah,
and we have to take our stand. We have to, for our own lives, for everything. You can't overwhelm you. Or if it does, you can't stay overwhelmed. You got to get back up. Because we live in a state of war. I don't mean just America. I mean, because of the poverty, because of the meanness, because of just the insanity, but the outbreak. I mean, I'm trying to remember now some of the news reports as to actually how it started.
Yeah, I don't even think any of us even remember how it started. I just think it's something that's been COVID or police. Yeah.
COVID.
Well, past president said it started over in China.
Yeah, so who knows?
Which we know is not maybe 100% true, but it could be.
It could be.
That's what I mean, you know.
Could be.
So I have another question, because I just realized, so you have been in the industry for about 40 plus years.
Yes.
How do you maintain that type of longevity in the entertainment industry?
I don't know. You just keep
That's the best answer ever.
That's the most honest answer ever. Love it.
I can tell you all the things that have happened to me, and I can tell you my philosophy. And if I were commanded to do it consistently over and over and over again, I could not guarantee you that I could. So I don't want to just say I don't know and just be vague and don't tell you anything. But I know one thing: you have to respect it. understand that this is life. It's not a soap opera.
Mm.
Anything can happen, and that has to be okay with you, so that you'll keep trying, you know.
Mhm.
So I would say there's a formula. That's it. Be willing to try almost anything.
And I think that
Good advice.
that sums it up the best, that anything can happen and you have to be okay with that. I think
Wow.
that in itself it speaks volumes. It's very, very true statement. And it's a very real statement. And it's a very sobering statement for people who don't understand that you have to continuously continue. It's like an uphill battle that sometimes, and it's like,
not like it is. I
yes,
got 30 layers now.
yeah, yeah. I
That's
think
life. That's
Yeah.
life too.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it registers to a lot of us. I don't know that we're all prepared for that. When we go out into the world and in the workforce or being in entertainment, you don't really understand that it's an ongoing process. And you do have to be okay with that process in order to stay in it.
That's important.
For sure.
Maybe I did say something intelligent. Huh?
Yeah. Yes, you did. That was really deep. Like that was like, it was very deep. And I'm thinking that's a t-shirt. Like you need to put that on a t-shirt and sell it. Like really, because I think that when you say it, it's like, wow, like you really have to be okay with it. And I think that people, when we have stars in our eyes and because we love what we do and we think we're great at it, we think we're going to go out there and we're going to take over the world. And it just doesn't work like that. Pretty much with anything.
But you got to hope that, you got to believe that.
Yes.
You won't even try.
Yes, I agree. You have to believe in yourself, but you also have to understand that everybody doesn't have to believe in you for you to believe in you. You know what I mean? And so you got to keep going. So that was great. So you definitely
That was a drop the mic moment.
That was a drop. Exactly. Thank you, Yama. Drop the mic moment. So what else do you have going on? I don't really know what's going to happen at this point, but ultimately, are you still performing? Like, what do we have coming up in 2022? Should we get past the Omicron? At this point, Omarion, as we like to call it.
Actually, I have 3 hit records out now. The one that I'm most interested in is called So in Love. It's a beautiful, beautiful kind of stepping romantic dance ballad kind of song. And so that means I got a weapon, I got a marketing tool. I have a reason for people to pay attention to me and put me on their shows and play my record and hire me for concerts. So that means more work.
Right. Do you perform live a lot? Or will you be, I would say, and pretty much nobody did a lot, not normal for the past 2 years, but would in 2022, will you be doing that?
If they let me, yes. I just came back from UK and I've been invited back, but we'll see what happens because their safety measures are being tested right now.
Yes.
How was that performing in the UK?
Awesome.
I mean, was there less of an audience because of safety or no?
It was O2 Arena. It was sold out. It was full.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a lot of people.
Wow.
Oh, a lot of.
Did everybody have to be vaccinated?
Yes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And you had to be tested coming into the country, leaving America as soon as you came into the country, and leaving. Yes, you had to test it.
Well, we're going to make sure that everyone looks out for your new singles, your hit singles that are out. Before we go, can you tell everyone where they can find you on social media platforms?
Facebook. What's the other one?
It's Instagram. Are you on Twitter?
You be on Instagram.
You be on Instagram.
CQ. Jamming with D Nice. So I know you be on Instagram.
Right, because Mr. D Nice keep my records flowing.
That's right. Keep that catalog working.
Oh, exactly.
All the social networking platforms.
All right. So you heard, I know that on Instagram, it's Melba Moore.
Correct.
On Instagram. Is it the same on Facebook?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Y'all just make
Y'all
sure you
Google Melba Moore. Y'all know who she is.
Yes.
Please help me.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And This interview will be up on, YouTube if you want to go back and look at it, if you want to share it with people, guys. But thank you so much. It was an honor for us to have you on the show. You are a legend, in our eyes, and we are so appreciative for you to come and hang out with us.
And we're going to go out with your song, aren't
Yes.
we?
Yes, we are.
So in love.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Beautiful girls, ladies.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you.
All right, we're going out to Miss Melba Moore. So in love.